Okay, here's a scenario. You go into the synagogue and you are called up to say the blessing over the Torah. So you go up and this Torah, this beautiful thing is laid out before you. You're going to want to look closely, intently at it when saying the blessing, right? Wrong. As we see on Daf 32 of Megillah, you're not supposed to be looking at the Torah when you say the blessing. Rather, you're supposed to open it. You're supposed to look closely at the pattern, at the part that you're supposed to read. Then you close it. Then you say the blessing. Then you open it, and then you read it. So why is that? And Daf 32 of Megillah says, look, it's very simple. We want people to know what's in the Torah and people to know what's not in the Torah. And we have to assume that not everybody who goes into the synagogue is the most educated person. So if they say you see you looking intently at something and then saying something out loud, they think what you're doing is reading from the thing you're looking at. Makes sense, right? And they might think that this blessing you're saying is being read from the Torah itself, but that's not the case. It's not in the Torah. So you look at the Torah, you kind of examine this portion that you're going to be reading. You kind of get that in your mind because you want to have good focus when you're saying a blessing. Then you close the Torah, or with the Sephardi Torahs that stand up, you use often a cloth that goes over it, or some people have a tradition to look away. And then, while not looking at the Torah, you say the blessing. And then you open the Torah, remove the cloth, look back again, whatever it is that their particular tradition is, so that you're very clear that the blessing is something not in the Torah. And then what you're reading during Torah reading, that everyone knows, okay, that's the text that is actually in the Torah.